in the sprawling, sun-drenched landscape of a suburban backyard, a world unseen by its giant human landlords teems with life, ambition, and conflict. Here, beneath the blades of grass that tower like skyscrapers, two ancient empires are on a collision course. Their destinies intertwined by the irresistible lure of a single fallen prize. This is not a tale of myth or legend, but a raw, unscripted drama played out every day. It is the story of a battle between black ants and red ants, a fierce and desperate struggle for survival where the stakes are nothing less than the future of their colony. We are about to witness a realistic depiction of the battle between black ants and red ants as they fight over food, a microcosm of war in its purest, most instinctual form. The catalyst for this impending war is a glistening, sugary treasure, a half-eaten lollipop. Discarded and forgotten, now lying like a fallen meteor upon the cracked earth of a garden path. Its sweet, sticky surface crystallizes under the heat of the afternoon sun, sending an intoxicating aroma wafting on the gentle breeze. It is a siren's call to the hungry, a beacon of unparalleled riches in the insect world. The first to answer the call are the scouts of the Black Ant Legion, Lasius niger, sleek, swift, and methodical. A lone forager stumbles upon the prize. Its antennae twitch in a frenzy of discovery, tapping and tasting the sugary monolith. The message is sent not by voice, but through a complex trail of pheromones, an invisible chemical highway laid down with meticulous precision, leading its sisters from the dark, cool earth of their subterranean fortress directly to the bonanza. Soon, a single scout becomes a dozen, then 100. A disciplined column of black carapaces swarming over the prize. They work with the quiet efficiency of a well-oiled machine, their powerful mandibles shearing off tiny crystals of sugar each worker, lifting a load many times its own body weight to begin the long, arduous journey back to the nest, to the queen, and to the thousands of hungry larvae waiting within. For a brief, peaceful moment, the treasure is theirs, but the wind carries scents in all directions, and the sweet perfume of the lollipop has traveled further than the black ant's territory. From beneath a sun-baked paving stone several yards away, a different kind of soldier emerges. This is a scout of the red ant imperium, the formidable Myrmica rubra commonly known as the European fire ant. Larger, more aggressive, and possessing a potent fiery sting, these warriors are painted in the colors of rust and blood. This scout is a veteran, its movements sharp and predatory. It senses the pheromone trail of the Lasius niger but is drawn by the more powerful, more primal scent of the sugar. As it crests a small pebble, it sees the scene, the colossal lollipop, shimmering like a jewel, and the dark legion already claiming it. There is no hesitation. The Red Scout's own chemical signals are released. But these are not just a map. They are an alarm, a call to arms, an ancient declaration of war. The message is one of aggression, of territory to be seized, and of a prize to be won at any cost. The response from the red ant nest is immediate and terrifying. They do not emerge in a neat, orderly column, but pour from their hidden entrances like a liquid flame, a chaotic, seething tide of crimson bodies. They are a stark contrast to the black ants' disciplined ranks, where the black ants are organized laborers. The red ants are a barbarian horde driven by a collective, furious energy. Their advance is a scramble, a frantic rush over pebbles and dried leaves, their antennae held high, tasting the air for the scent of enemy and treasure. The first contact is brutal and swift. A handful of red vanguard soldiers crash into the rearmost line of black ant workers, who are burdened with their sugary cargo. The black ants, surprised, immediately dropped their loads, their programming shifting instantly from foraging to defense. They rear up, opening their mandibles in a threat display. But the red ants are not there to posture. They lunge, their larger jaws snapping shut on legs and antennae. The skirmish explodes into a full-scale battle. The clean lines of the black ants' foraging trail dissolve into a chaotic, swirling melee of black and red. The sounds of this miniature war are inaudible to human ears, but for the combatants, the air is thick with the frantic clicking of mandibles and the sharp, acidic scent of formic acid sprayed in desperate defense. Black ants, though smaller, are ferocious defenders of their claim. They swarm their larger attackers, 3 or 4 to a single red soldier, attempting to overwhelm with sheer numbers. They latch on with a suicidal grip, their jaws locking onto the thick armor of the red ants' limbs and abdomens. Their primary weapon is a spray of formic acid, a chemical deterrent that can blind and disorient their foes. A red ant, momentarily blinded, stumbles back, frantically trying to clean its antennae as 2 black ants clamp down on its rear legs, attempting to immobilize it. However, the red ants possess a more devastating weapon. As the battle intensifies, they arch their abdomens, unsheathing the venomous sting at their tips. A black ant, locked in a fierce grapple, is suddenly pierced by this living needle. The venom, a cocktail of paralytic alkaloids, courses through its small body. Its struggles cease almost instantly, its limbs twitching for a moment before going still. One by one, the black defenders fall, their bodies becoming casualties on the dusty battlefield. The red ants are ruthless and brutally effective. They fight with a savagery that the more labor-oriented black ants cannot match in a direct confrontation. A large red major, a warrior caste with an oversized head and fearsome mandibles, wades into the thickest of the fighting. It seizes a black ant, lifts it high, and with a single, sickening crunch, decapitates it. It discards the body and immediately lunges for another, a crimson juggernaut of destruction. The battle becomes a desperate, shifting tapestry of life and death. A black ant successfully severs a red ant's antenna, leaving it disoriented and vulnerable, stumbling blindly into the fray where it is quickly overwhelmed. Elsewhere, a red ant is dragged down by 3 black ants, its legs pinned, its body sprayed repeatedly with acid until it succumbs, its crimson form a stark contrast to the black bodies of its victors. Piles of the dead and dying begin to accumulate, a grim testament to the ferocity of the conflict. The red ants' superior size and weaponry begin to turn the tide. They are pushing the black ants back, away from the lollipop, creating a perimeter of carnage around the prize. The black ants, realizing the battle for the main prize is lost, shift their strategy. A command, communicated through another burst of pheromones, signals a tactical retreat for some, while others are sacrificed in a desperate rearguard action to slow the red advance. Their new focus becomes salvaging what they can. They abandon the fight for the lollipop itself and begin snatching the fallen bodies of their own dead and injured, and even the corpses of the red ants, dragging them away to be used as a protein source for the colony. Nothing is wasted in this brutal economy. With the black ants in disarray, the red ant imperium secures the prize. They swarm over the lollipop, a victorious crimson carpet replacing the black one. They are not as methodical as their predecessors. Their movements are frantic, almost greedy. They tear at the sugar with their powerful jaws, some becoming so engrossed they get their legs stuck in the sticky surface. But their dominance is absolute. Red soldiers stand guard around the perimeter, their mandibles open, their stingers ready, daring any surviving black ants to challenge their claim. The black ants have suffered a devastating defeat, but they have not been annihilated. The surviving workers, carrying their dead and whatever scraps they could salvage, retreat back along their chemical trail, which now serves as a path of sorrow. They return to the darkness of their nest, their numbers diminished, the scent of victory replaced by the acrid smell of death and red ant venom. Back in their fortress, the colony will mourn its losses, tend to its wounded, and consume its dead to give strength to the living. The queen will continue to lay eggs, and the next generation of workers will rise to replace the fallen. The memory of this defeat, encoded in chemical warnings, will be passed on. As the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the garden path, the red ants consolidate their victory. A new, more organized line of workers begins the monumental task of harvesting the lollipop, piece by piece, and transporting the wealth back to their own queen. The battlefield, littered with the dismembered bodies of both armies, falls silent, save for the tireless work of the victors. This was more than just a fight over a piece of candy. It was a clash of empires, a story of strategy, sacrifice, and the unyielding drive to provide for the colony. Today, the red ants were triumphant, their ferocity winning them a vital resource that will fuel their growth and expansion. But the black ant legion, though beaten, endures. They will rebuild, their memory of the red invaders burned into their collective consciousness. In the intricate, hidden world beneath our feet, peace is merely a lull between storms, and the next battle is only ever a discarded morsel away. The war is not over. It has only just begun.